Do you have questions about how to take care of your blueberries? Well, today we're going to answer some of those questions. Welcome to Do It Yourself with Wayne. Our channel is all about teaching you how to do things yourself to save money, and gardening is a good way to save money. I got blueberry plants here in my front yard. They've been planted for 2 years. They're coming up on their 3rd season here. And last year production was very poor. And I have determined with a lot of research the things that I did wrong. One of the things is I bought a soil pH test probe from Bluelab. I got a video online if you're interested in seeing that. But my soil here is around 6 on the pH scale. That's too high for blueberries to produce well. And it needs to be between about 4.5 and 5.5. So today I'm going to be amending my soil with some sulfur. That will help bring the pH down. Over time we'll be monitoring this to let you know how it worked, because it is a slow process to get your soil pH to come down with using sulfur. I've also got my regular 10-10-10 fertilizer, so we'll also be working some fertilizer into the soil as we move along. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to rake my leaf mulch back. I'm going to put this around the base of the plants all down through here. I think I got 8 plants. And then I'll work it into the soil some. I'll water it good, and I'll pull my mulch back. And that should be good for now. But I'm also going to be installing drip irrigation around these blueberries. When I get to that point, I'll do a video about that as well. But that'll be another day. So let's get going on amending the soil for these blueberries. One thing I will warn you about with blueberries, if you're using a rake like this to pull your blueberries back, got neighbors driving by, blueberries have a very shallow root system. So when you're raking your mulch back, just be careful you don't damage the roots of your blueberry plants. My sulfur is 90% sulfur in the pelletized form. You can also get it in a powder form. But when I was trying to get some, that was the only thing they had in the store, so I got it. But it really doesn't matter. The thing you got to remember about sulfur is it works really slow. It can take several months to make much difference to your soil pH. And we will be doing videos later about how this has affected our pH. This little measuring cup, it goes up to about 3/4 of a cup. And I'm going to put 3/4 of a cup of pelletized lime around each plant. I'm going to put another 3/4 between each plant, just kind of to balance out the soil down through here. On my fertilizer is 13-13-13, just a trifecta kind of triple 13 fertilizer. And I'm going to put about 1/2 cup of that around each plant, coming out about as far as the limbs reach out, not up close to the stem where it goes into the ground, but out at the edges of where the limbs reach out to. So let's get going on that. Now I'll just start right here with this one. And then, like I said, about 1/2 cup of fertilizer out here. And then, as I said, I'm going to put a cup of the pelletized lime, or 3/4 of a cup, between each plant. Kind of like that, to just help bounce out the soil in the whole row, but I'm only putting the fertilizer right around the plants. So now I'm going to finish doing that. Now I'm going to just take my little handheld rake thing and just kind of scratch this into the soil a little bit. Like I said earlier, you don't want to disturb the shallow roots of the blueberries because they do have a shallow root system. So I'm not scratching this very deep, just right on the surface. Just to help get the amendments in better contact with the soil kind of thing. Pull up some old weeds. At this point, I just water these in really good, a little heavier than I would normally water, so it's going to take a little while. Then I'll pull my leaves and mulch back over them, and I'll be done. As a side note, you may notice my 5-gallon buckets here. I've started putting my garden fertilizers and amendments and stuff in these buckets. In the past, I've had trouble with them getting wet where they draw moisture. In the buckets, they don't do that, so that's another good tip for your gardeners. Put your fertilizer and amendments of that sort in plastic buckets with sealing lids. You won't have to worry about them drawing moisture. All right, I'm gonna finish this up. Like I say, I'm gonna water them really good, pull those leaves back, and I'll be done. So at this point, I'd just like to say thank you for visiting Do It Yourself with Wayne. We hope you have a great day.